The human body is not supposed to do this. Hold its breath for minutes at a time, 200 feet below the surface, without oxygen tanks. Climb into air so thin it should trigger organ failure, and keep working as if nothing changed. Run for hours across stone canyons with no visible strain, in sandals made from scraps. On paper, none of it makes sense. Medical textbooks describe limits, oxygen thresholds, metabolic ceilings, points where the system shuts down. And yet, in isolated corners of the world, entire communities live beyond those limits, not as outliers, but as normal. So what happens when the environment refuses to cooperate with human biology? Does the body break, or does it rewrite itself? Because in the coral-rich waters of Southeast Asia, there are children who can dive before they can read. And when researchers finally scanned their organs, they found something that shouldn't exist at that scale. A biological advantage built for the deep. And that discovery was only the beginning. Our journey begins in the coral-rich waters of Southeast Asia, home to the Bajau people. For centuries, they have lived a life intertwined with the sea, spending much of their lives on houseboats, a nomadic existence that has earned them the name sea nomads. Their connection to the ocean is not just cultural, it's biological. The Bajau are capable of free-diving to depths of over 200 feet, staying submerged for minutes at a time, all to hunt for fish and gather marine resources. This extraordinary ability was long a subject of fascination, but it wasn't until recently that science began to understand the genetic underpinnings of their aquatic life. A key 2018 study published in the journal Cell revealed a remarkable adaptation. The Bajau have significantly larger spleens than their land-dwelling neighbors. The spleen acts as a biological scuba tank, storing oxygenated red blood cells. When an individual holds their breath, the spleen contracts, releasing this oxygen-rich blood into the circulatory system, thereby extending the time they can remain underwater. The study, led by Melissa Ilardo, compared the Bajau to the nearby Saluan people, who are genetically similar but have a land-based agricultural lifestyle. The difference in spleen size was dramatic, with the Bajau spleens being, on average, 50% larger. This wasn't a result of training, it was a heritable trait. Genomic analysis identified a specific gene, PDE10A, as a key factor in this increased spleen size. This finding represents one of the most compelling recent examples of human evolution in action, a direct physiological response to a unique way of life. But the adaptations don't stop there. Other genetic markers in the Bajau suggest enhanced underwater vision and a unique response to the low oxygen conditions of diving. The gene BDKRB2, for example, which is involved in the constriction of blood vessels in the extremities, shows signs of selection in the Bajau. This would help to preserve oxygen for the vital organs during a dive. It's a suite of adaptations that have made the Bajau uniquely suited to their marine environment. The cultural significance of this adaptation is profound. The Bajau's entire way of life, their identity, is built around the sea. Their stories, their traditions, their very sense of self are all tied to their ability to navigate and harvest the ocean's resources. This deep connection is a powerful example of how culture and biology can be inextricably linked, each shaping and reinforcing the other. However, this story also carries a note of caution. As the modern world encroaches on their traditional lifestyle, with increased settlement on land and a shift in diet, the very pressures that drove these adaptations are changing. The future of the Bajau and their unique biological heritage is as uncertain as the currents they navigate. The very adaptations that made them so successful in their traditional environment may not provide the same advantages in a world of settled villages and market economies. This raises a crucial question. What happens when a finely tuned adaptation is no longer a perfect fit for a changing world? From the ocean depths, we ascend to the roof of the world, the Himalayas. Here, among the towering peaks, live the Sherpa people, renowned for their extraordinary mountaineering prowess. For generations, they have thrived in an environment where oxygen is scarce, a challenge that would leave most lowlanders struggling for breath. Their ability to perform strenuous physical activity at extreme altitudes has long been attributed to acclimatization, but modern genetics has revealed a deeper story. The Sherpa adaptation to high altitude is not just about getting used to the thin air, it's woven into their very DNA. A key gene, EPAS1, often dubbed the super athlete gene, plays a crucial role. This gene is involved in sensing oxygen levels in the blood. In most people, when oxygen levels drop, EPAS1 triggers an increase in the production of red blood cells to compensate. While this might seem like a good thing, it can be dangerous at high altitudes. leading to thicker blood, increased blood pressure, and a higher risk of acute mountain sickness. The Sherpa, however, possess a unique variant of the EPAS1 gene. This variant blunts the body's response to low oxygen, preventing the overproduction of red blood cells. Their blood remains thinner, flowing more easily, and putting less strain on the heart. But if they don't produce more red blood cells, how do they get enough oxygen? The answer lies in efficiency. Studies have shown that Sherpas' muscles are more efficient at using the oxygen they do have. Their mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cells, are able to generate more energy with less oxygen. This metabolic efficiency is a remarkable adaptation, allowing them to maintain high levels of performance in a low-oxygen world. The origin of this genetic advantage is as fascinating as the adaptation itself. Research has shown that the Sherpa's EPAS1 variant was likely inherited from an ancient human species, the Denisovans, who interbred with the ancestors of modern Tibetans and Sherpas tens of thousands of years ago. This ancient genetic gift has been crucial for survival in one of the world's most extreme environments. The story of the Sherpa is a powerful reminder that human evolution is not a linear path, but a complex web of interactions with ancient legacies shaping modern survival. Next, we travel to the rugged canyons of Mexico's Sierra Madre Occidental, the home of the Tarahumara people, or Raramuri, as they call themselves, which means running people. Their name is a testament to their central cultural practice, long-distance running. The Tarahumara are known for their ability to run for hundreds of miles, often over several days, with seemingly little effort. This incredible endurance has been a source of fascination for decades and the subject of much debate. Unlike the clear-cut genetic stories of the Bajau and the Sherpa, the Tarahumara present a more complex picture, a blend of biology, culture, and environment. A significant factor in their running ability is their traditional footwear, or lack thereof. Many Tarahumara run in huaraches, minimalist sandals made from old tires or leather, which encourage a forefoot or midfoot strike. This running form is thought to reduce impact forces on the body and may contribute to their low rates of running-related injuries. Their diet, traditionally high in complex carbohydrates from corn and beans and low in fat, also plays a role, providing sustained energy for their long runs. But is there a genetic component? The science is less definitive here. While some studies have pointed to potential genetic markers related to muscle efficiency and energy metabolism, there is no single running gene like the EPAS1 variant in Sherpas. It is more likely that the Tarahumara's abilities are the result of a combination of factors: a lifetime of physical activity in a challenging environment, a diet that supports endurance, and a culture that values running as a social and spiritual practice. The story of the Tarahumara is a powerful reminder that not all adaptations are purely genetic. It highlights the profound influence of lifestyle and culture on human physical capabilities. It also serves as a cautionary tale. As modern conveniences and diets make their way into the canyons, the traditional Tarahumara way of life is changing, and with it, the very foundations of their legendary endurance. If you find these explorations into the limits of human potential as fascinating as we do, consider subscribing to the Anomaly Report. Your support allows us to continue our deep dives into these remarkable stories. Finally, our journey takes us to the vast, frozen landscapes of the Arctic, home to the Inuit. For thousands of years, they have thrived in one of the most extreme environments on Earth, a world of ice, snow, and prolonged darkness. Their survival is a testament to their ingenuity and cultural knowledge, but it is also a story of profound biological adaptation. The traditional Inuit diet is unlike almost any other in the world. It is composed almost entirely of animal products, rich in fat and protein from seals, whales, and fish. For a long time, this diet was a puzzle to scientists. How could a population consume so much fat without suffering from high rates of heart disease? The answer, it turns out, is in their genes. A 2015 study in the journal Science revealed that the Inuit have unique genetic mutations that affect how their bodies metabolize fats. These mutations, particularly in a cluster of genes known as the FADS genes, allow them to process fatty acids in a way that is beneficial for their high-fat diet. This genetic adaptation helps to lower the levels of bad cholesterol and triglycerides, protecting them from cardiovascular disease. But the adaptations don't end there. The Inuit also possess a variant of a gene called CPT1A, which is involved in fatty acid metabolism and is crucial for generating energy from fat. This variant is thought to be particularly advantageous in a cold environment where a high-fat diet is the norm. However, this same gene variant has been linked to a higher risk of infant mortality, a stark reminder that adaptations are often a trade-off, a delicate balance between benefit and risk in a specific environment. The Inuits' adaptation to the cold is not just about diet. Studies have shown that they have a higher metabolic rate at rest, generating more heat than people from warmer climates. Their bodies are, in a sense, internal furnaces, constantly working to maintain core body temperature in the frigid Arctic. The story of the Inuit is a powerful example of how a unique and challenging environment can drive rapid and profound evolutionary change. It is a story of a people whose biology has been shaped by the ice and the sea, a story of survival written in their DNA. We've journeyed from the depths of the ocean to the highest mountains, from the sun-scorched canyons to the frozen Arctic. The stories of the Bajau, the Sherpa, the Tarahumara, and the Inuit are not just tales of extraordinary human feats. They are windows into the very process of evolution, a process that is not just a relic of the past, but a living, breathing force that continues to shape our species. These adaptations, whether it's a larger spleen for diving, a unique way of using oxygen at high altitude, a culture of endurance running, or a genetic toolkit for a high-fat diet, all tell the same fundamental story: the incredible plasticity and resilience of the human body. They challenge our notions of what is normal and what is possible. They remind us that our biology is not a fixed entity, but a dynamic and responsive system, constantly in dialogue with the world around us. And in a world that is changing faster than ever before, these stories of adaptation may hold valuable lessons for the future of our species. The mysteries of human potential are far from solved. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we still have to discover about the incredible journey of our own species. The Anomaly Report is dedicated to bringing you these stories, to exploring the edges of human experience and scientific understanding. If you've been captivated by this journey, consider subscribing. There are many more anomalies to investigate. The deeper we look into these stories, the more we see that adaptation is not a simple, straightforward process. It is a complex interplay of genetics, environment, and culture. It is a story of trade-offs, where one advantage often comes at the cost of another. The Inuits' CPT-1A variant, for example, is beneficial for a high-fat diet, but it also carries a risk for infant health. The Sherpa's EPAS-1 variant protects them from altitude sickness, but it may also have implications for other aspects of their physiology. These are not perfect solutions, but rather the best compromises that evolution could come up with in a given environment. The concept of adaptation also challenges our understanding of human diversity. These populations are not better or more evolved than others. They are simply different, shaped by the unique pressures of their environments. Their adaptations are specific to their circumstances, and what works in the Arctic or the Himalayas may not work in a desert or a rainforest. This is a crucial point, especially in a world where genetic differences are often misinterpreted or misused. The story of human adaptation is not a story of hierarchy, but of diversity, a celebration of the many different ways our species has found to thrive in a wide range of environments. It also raises important questions about the future. As the world becomes more interconnected, as traditional lifestyles change, what will happen to these unique adaptations? Will they be lost, diluted by intermarriage and migration? Or will they persist, perhaps even providing insights that could benefit all of humanity? The answers to these questions are not yet clear, but they are important to consider as we think about the future of our species. The study of human adaptation is not just an academic exercise. It has real-world implications for medicine, for nutrition, and for our understanding of human health. The Inuits' genetic adaptations to a high-fat diet, for example, have challenged conventional wisdom about the dangers of dietary fat. The Sherpa's ability to thrive at high altitude has provided insights into the mechanisms of oxygen metabolism. These are not just interesting curiosities. They are valuable lessons that can inform our understanding of human biology and health. The stories of the Bajau, the Sherpa, the Tarahumara, and the Inuit are a testament to the incredible adaptability of the human species. They are a reminder that we are not static beings, but dynamic, evolving creatures, constantly in conversation with our environment. They are a window into the past, showing us how our ancestors survived and thrived in some of the most challenging environments on Earth. And they are a glimpse into the future, offering hints about the potential of the human body to adapt to new challenges. As we face a rapidly changing world, with new environmental pressures and new challenges to human health, these stories of adaptation may be more relevant than ever. They remind us that the human body is not a fixed entity, but a flexible and responsive system, capable of remarkable feats of resilience and adaptation. They remind us that the line between the ordinary and the extraordinary is often just a matter of perspective and of the pressures that shape us. The Anomaly Report is committed to exploring these edges of human experience, to bringing you stories that challenge our assumptions and expand our understanding of what it means to be human. These are the stories that remind us of the incredible journey of our species and the many different paths that journey has taken. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of human adaptation. The mysteries of our species are vast, and there is always more to discover.